Good morning, friends, and welcome once again to Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions. This week we will be talking to young representatives of a very prominent transport association representing the road transport industry for many decades now. Needless to say, road transport associations play a very vital, a very critical role in this industry, bridging the gap between the industry and the government, and at the same time bridging the gap between the transporters as well. We have seen so many instances where transporters come together on the association platform, discuss issues, discuss solutions, and of late they have also been discussing business, which is a very refreshing thing for this industry. While the task of associations is to bring members together, there are also instances where some people, for their personal gain, do not let this happen. But well, the larger picture here is that associations are working for the industry and they've been doing this industry a lot of good, especially the ones that are represented by dedicated and also young members. In our interaction segment today, we will be talking to two such youngsters representing India's premier association, Bombay Goods Transport Association. BGTA has always been a very active association, and in fact many a times even at all India level, BGTA has always been a very active association representing the industry not only in Maharashtra but at the national level as well. In our interaction segment, we will be talking to Mr. Vipul Bansal, who is the current General Secretary of BGTA, and joining him will be Mr. Suresh Khosla, who was the former General Secretary of this very prominent association. It is heartening that these youngsters have risen above party politics and they are doing the association and the industry a world of good. But in the meantime, here's another major development happening in Maharashtra. Issuance of national permit in Maharashtra has now become 100% online. The transporters have welcomed this decision considering the amount of time and effort it used to take in getting the national permit. Former President of All India Motor Transport Congress and also Bombay Goods Transport Association, Mr. Malkit was very happy with this development. And this is what he had to say about this announcement by the Maharashtra government.
हमें ये बताते हुए खुशी हो रही है कि महाराष्ट्र राज्य में नेशनल परमिट 100% ऑनलाइन फेसलेस कल 14 जून 2022 से लागू हो चुका है। इसके बारे में निरंतर हमारे प्रयास ट्रांसपोर्ट कमिश्नर अविनाश ढाकने जी के पास और उनके कार्यालय में चल रहे थे और कल ये सफल रूप में लागू हो गया है। इसमें जो हमें पहले दिक्कतें आती थी, आरटीओ ऑफिस की में जाना, वहाँ पर कतार में लगाना और समय लगना, इससे हमें राहत मिलेगी। घर बैठे, ऑफिस में बैठे, कहीं पर भी हम अपना ऑनलाइन नेशनल परमिट जनरेट करके, अपनी पेमेंट करके, उसकी फीस भरकर प्रिंट अपने ऑफिस में, घर पर और कहीं भी निकाल सकेंगे। इससे बहुत बड़ी राहत परिवहन उद्योग को मिली है। समय बचेगा, पैसा बचेगा और जो दिक्कतें हमें आरटीओ ऑफिस में आती थी उससे छुटकारा मिलेगा। इसके लिए हम हमारे जो ट्रांसपोर्ट कमिश्नर महाराष्ट्र राज्य के श्री अविनाश ढाकने जी और उनके सारे ऑफिशियल्स का और एनआईसी टीम का धन्यवाद करते हैं कि जिन्होंने हमें सहयोग दिया इसे लागू करने में। शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद। बाल मलकीत सिंह, चेयरमैन कोर कमेटी, ऑल इंडिया मोटर ट्रांसपोर्ट कांग्रेस।
That was former AIMTC and BGTA President Mr. Malkit Singh. In another major development, Switch Mobility Limited, a subsidiary of Ashok Leyland in the electric vehicle space, announced the launch of their buses for the Indian market. Switch launched its state-of-the-art electric bus platform, Switch EIV12, at an event in Chennai. Coming up after this very short break, more details on the launch and also listen into what Mr. Dheeraj Hinduja, Group Chairman, has to say about this major development. Stay tuned. You are watching Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions.
महिंद्रा ये गारंटी देते हैं कि उनका ब्लेजो एक्स सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज देता है, वरना कर दीजिए ट्रक वापस। सॉरी अजय, महिंद्रा फ्यूरियो है। एक्शन।
महिंद्रा गारंटी देते हैं कि उनका फ्यूरियो सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज देता है, नहीं तो।
एक्चुअली जयो, महिंद्रा जयो है, थोड़ा चेंज है। एंड एक्शन।
महिंद्रा ये गारंटी देते हैं कि उनका जियो सबसे। चल क्या रहा है यहाँ पे?
मैम, ये चारों ट्रक ज्यादा माइलेज देते हैं, चारों।
तो ऐसा बोलो ना, ब्लेजो एक्स, फ्यूरियो, फ्यूरियो 7 और जयो। महिंद्रा के ये सभी ट्रक्स देते हैं सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज की गारंटी, नहीं तो कर दीजिए इन्हें वापस। महिंद्रा, देश की सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज देने वाली ट्रक रेंज।
Welcome back to Trans India. Real people, real emotions. Switch Mobility Limited, also known as Switch, the next generation carbon neutral electric bus and light commercial vehicle company, launched its state-of-the-art electric bus platform, Switch EIV12, for the Indian market. This next generation e-bus will address the growing bus segment in India. Available in two variants, EIV12 low floor and EIV12 standard. These versatile buses offer the best in reliability, range and ride comfort. The company currently has an order book of over 600 buses. Switch EIV12 features customer-centric offerings on technology and passenger comfort while being contemporary and futuristic. EIV12 delivers exceptional drive performance and efficiency and is embedded with proprietary connected technology solutions, Switch Eon, enabling remote real-time diagnostics and monitoring services, as well as world-class digital battery management tools. The EV architecture of EIV platform is common with the recently launched European Switch E1 bus. This is what Mr. Dheeraj Hinduja, Chairman Switch Mobility Limited, had to say at the launch.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to see all of you, and thank you for joining us today. It is a significant milestone in our group's endeavor to provide a cleaner, energy efficient and sustainable mobility solution through Switch Mobility. We are seeing a global change in mobility, and for us, the journey started 10 years ago when we positioned an all-electric bus in the UK when the industry globally was uncertain about the future of electric vehicles. In this, I must say we are fortunate to have had Optare in the UK with the proven track record in electric vehicles, and with Ashok Leyland with its rich legacy of market presence, brand equity, and above all, the rich history of pioneering product introductions. As you heard, combining the capabilities of these two entities, a dedicated EV-only entity has been established as Switch Mobility to take advantage of the growing trends in electric mobility. The unique positioning of Switch is that it can straddle both premium and value segments globally, with presence in India, UK, and most recently in Spain. The low-cost sourcing and engineering support from the India base is undoubtedly an added advantage for us. The addressable EV market for buses globally is conservatively estimated by consultants such as McKinsey to be $16 billion by 2030 for buses with a volume of over 42,000 units. On the LCV side, which is expected to be a larger business, the market is estimated to be $55 billion with a volume of over 420,000 units. Therefore, I am sure you can understand the large market potential there is for our future growth. We have made gradual progress, largely dictated by high battery prices and federal grants. Now, with the ever-increasing global activism towards zero emission, the momentum has picked up quite rapidly. The high initial asset cost is also getting addressed by a mobility as a service option through Switch's subsidiary called Om Mobility. The field is wide open for multiple players, but we as Switch are very much focused on a profitable and sustainable basis with innovative products and solutions. Our product philosophy is built upon achieving the lowest total cost of ownership through lightweighting, modularity, best-in-class battery packs, and state-of-the-art digital adaptation. In line with the company's global growth strategy, Switch has successfully expanded to 9 sites across 3 countries, in India, UK, and Spain. We are looking forward to enter many new markets in the near future. Our double-decker buses continue to perform very well in the UK, as well as our products in Ahmedabad, in Chandigarh, and in Patna. The £300 million investment that we have announced recently will support the development of our new products, a new technical center in Warwick in UK, and a new office in Chennai. The employee numbers are expected to grow to around 4,000 people in the near future. We have also added some of the best talents to grow the future of Switch Mobility. In India, the initiatives taken by the government focused on the infrastructure will support the commercial vehicle industry very well. We believe that we have the right product range planned for the Indian market in both the bus and the light vehicle ranges. Today you will see the inauguration of few of our buses, and we're very proud that in the next few months we will also launch our new light vehicle range for the Indian market. We are very confident that Switch is perfectly poised to take advantage of the rapidly growing demand for electric products in India and in the global markets. We have the unique advantage of being able to service the requirements of the most premium products as well as the value products that are required in different parts of the world. Today's launch is one of many that we foresee. Last week we launched the 12-meter bus in Paris. Today we are launching in Chennai. And I'm sure in the coming few months and years you will see our launches in many more countries. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us today, and I do hope that you will find our products exciting and very innovative as we advance forward in this new age of electric vehicles. Thank you.
The EV segment really seems to be picking up, with the government also focusing on better environment and a better future. Talking of the future, let's see what these two youngsters have planned for Bombay Goods Transport Association and the industry on the whole. Coming up after this very short break, our interaction with Mr. Vipul Bansal and Mr. Suresh Khosla, General Secretary and former General Secretary of this association. See you on the other side of this break. You are watching Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions.
महिंद्रा ये गारंटी देते हैं कि उनका ब्लेजो एक्स सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज देता है, वरना कर दीजिए ट्रक वापस।
सॉरी अजय, महिंद्रा फ्यूरियो है। एक्शन।
महिंद्रा गारंटी देते हैं कि उनका फ्यूरियो सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज देता है, नहीं तो
एक्चुअली जयो, महिंद्रा जयो है, थोड़ा चेंज है। एंड एक्शन।
महिंद्रा ये गारंटी देते हैं कि उनका जयो सबसे चल क्या रहा है यहाँ पे?
मैम, ये चारों ट्रक ज्यादा माइलेज देते हैं, चारों।
तो ऐसा बोलो ना, ब्लेजो एक्स, फ्यूरियो, फ्यूरियो 7 और जयो। महिंद्रा के ये सभी ट्रक्स देते हैं सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज की गारंटी, नहीं तो कर दीजिए इन्हें वापस। महिंद्रा, देश की सबसे ज्यादा माइलेज देने वाली ट्रक रेंज।
Welcome back to Trans India, Real People, real emotions. In this interaction segment today, we will be talking to Mr. Suresh Khosla and Mr. Vipul Bansal, the two youngsters representing Bombay Goods Transport Association. Let's start with the senior youngster first. So Suresh, tell us a little bit about your company.
Girish, thanks for the invitation and giving me an opportunity to share my views on real people, real emotions. Our company, Shri Anand Transport Agency, this is formed in 1977 and we are basically for bulk LPG transportation and we are into containerized movement. This is basically from Mumbai to North India. And today the fleet is more than 250 vehicles what we are operating and we are having services for Pan India.
Vipul, what is your area of work and tell us about your organization?
Hi Girish, thank you for interviewing us. And my company's name is Best Parivan Private Limited. It was started by my dad in 1985. So we are majorly into liquor transportation and we are working all over India. At presently we have more than 20 branches and we are doing a good work in liquor transportation. That's my core business.
Well, Vipul, that's quite an interesting line of work. So are there any perks related to the movement of liquor and how did you get into this line?
No, there are no perks about liquor transportation, but when my dad started it, he was majorly into raw material transportation for the liquor companies, but we were stuck with some small businesses for that. So now after I entered into the business, we have started with huge liquor transportation.
That's good.
Yeah.
Both of you are second generation transporters and as always I get very tempted to ask this question. Was road transportation your first choice of work?
See, for me, yes, transportation was my first choice because I have seen my dad working and the motivation, the inspiration what I have got from him. So I thought this is the business where we can flourish and we can give something to back to the society also. And after that, this was my inspiration. And after my graduation, so I joined my family business and we are doing very well as on date.
What about you, Vipul? What attracted you to this profession?
See, nothing attracted me to especially transportation business. My mentality was I have to do some business. And since my dad had started it and I wanted to change the whole system how my dad is working. So after that, when I've joined my business, from that we have grown a lot and I've changed a lot of systems and we are quite professional now and we have grown a lot from the start. So I think my main motive was we have to do business and increase our profits. That's the whole motive.
Well, Vipul, I must say that's quite a candid confession, but a good choice of business nevertheless. But when you entered this business, what was your first impression?
See, when I completed my graduation, since all my brothers have done their MBAs, so my dad asked me whether you have to do your MBA. Later you shouldn't blame me that you didn't ask me. So I said, no, I want to join the business immediately. And after that I saw the systems. It was totally worse systems, I can tell you. Bad words and all. So now I have seen there is a lot of change in the business at presently.
Well, one thing is for sure that both of you are working in a very niche segment and a very dedicated segment in terms of the product line. Suresh, what changes did you get into your workplace to make your business more efficient, more effective?
See, basically I'll tell you that initially everything was paperwork, more of paperwork. There were no computers, there was no online. So whatever the technology advancement, whatever we could get to our organization, we had bought, and it was today it is a state of art. And in all our offices, our workshops, we have developed our own workshop where our fleet gets, it is the repair work and all whatever is required for the maintenance job, it is all online, and whatever the state of art technology we have got in our organization.
Vipul, you're handling a kind of cargo that attracts a lot of attention. It is very easy to steal the material and sell the material. So what are the kind of risks involved in the movement of liquor and what precautions do you take? Also considering that you're taking a lot of trucks from the marketplace.
See, for liquor transportation, there are a lot of rules by the excise departments. So there are different checkposts for the liquor transportation where the vehicles have to get themselves stamped. There are a lot of charges which we have to pay to the liquor excise department, and theft is the major issue which we face in liquor transportation. So for that we have to take a lot of care, and by God's grace I'm being helped a lot because of my good sources, so we are not facing major issues.
Suresh, you've been in this business for a long time now. What changes have you seen in the industry in the last probably 1 decade or so?
See, in the transport industry, I'll say the major changes is the fuel, which is a major component, which contributes approximately 60 to 67% in our operational cost. And today the daily increase in prices of fuel, that is a big challenge for our trade. And also if you see the prices of the chassis prices, it has gone up more than 25%, which I believe is not a good sign for our transport logistics firms. One side the diesel is increasing, the other side if you see the prices of chassis are going up, and the spare parts, lube oil, greases, and now the additional component which has come up is the AdBlue. If you see AdBlue today as on date, it is 80 rupees per litre. If a vehicle travels from Mumbai to Delhi 3,000 kilometers approximately, so the DEF, which is the AdBlue which is required, that is 40 liters. This scene was initially, this was not there. If you see in BS3, BS2, BS4 vehicles, this is an additional cost which has come up. And today with all this cost, we are not able to meet our financials, we are not able to cope up with the demands. And this is a big challenge what we are facing as on date.
But Suresh, having said that, eventually you have to pass on the cost to the customer. Just like the manufacturers pass on the cost to their customers every time the operating cost or the manufacturing costs go up. The same also goes with oil companies who increase the prices of fuel every time the crude prices go up. So where is the shortcoming?
See, if you see our business, our trade, it rolls on demand and supply. And if we are competitive, then only we will able to meet and we will be able to sustain the business. And today if I go to a particular customer, I say that the diesel prices has increased. So he says that he doesn't have no choice. So he goes to the other transporter, other logistic firm. And today because of our fragmentation, since we are not united, that is also a major drawback.
Vipul, does your business also face the same challenge?
Yeah, freight rate is a major issue for my line of work, because my line, we are majorly dependent on market vehicles, and demand supply issue is always the major thing. And nowadays I feel the brokers, they are earning better than the transporters, because the major portion of the freight is not getting by the vehicle owners, it is gone to the brokers.
I agree.
So that's the major thing, the cost has increased according to me.
Both of you have been associated with BGTA for almost 15 years now, having worked in various capacities. What do you think are the challenges that BGTA or maybe any other association face during its working?
See, as an association, firstly, any association, it is the duty of the association to take everyone under one roof, right? And the major challenge is that getting everyone under one roof, it is not possible today. People, they are having different views. It differs, there is not an issue. But to get everyone under one roof, that is a big challenge.
Vipul, you are currently the General Secretary. How important do you think is BGTA, not just for transporters in and around Mumbai, but from an all India perspective?
See, according to me, BGTA is one of the biggest associations in the India, and I think the name of BGTA is quite old and popular. But according to times, I think BGTA has lacked a lot from last maybe 4-5 years or something, due to politics. But I think now the younger generation has taken up a lot of things in BGTA, and it is the first association where younger generation has taken interest, like me or Suresh or many others. So we have changed a lot, and I think in BGTA it will be less politics in future.
The BGTA is doing well. I will tell you recently, I will not quote, there was a grievance which had come to BGTA since I am the chairman for grievance committee, and it was resolved. It was resolved. The member, he was also happy, and he told that yes, I feel satisfied and I feel proud to be a member of Bombay Goods Transport Association.
In fact, this has been my observation, and definitely I'm very happy with this kind of change. But having a larger ratio of youngsters in the managing committee, what triggered this change?
See, it is a nature's rule, that now the seniors, they are not able to, I will not say the seniors, they are getting more senior and we have to take the charge. So definitely we have to motivate, we have to inspire our generation, right? All the youngsters, and we have to get the BGTA name on the tops.
Vipul, you are holding a very key position in BGTA, that of the General Secretary, which comes only next to the President. What has been your contribution as General Secretary of BGTA?
See, as a role of a General Secretary, this is my second term as a General Secretary. I have been the General Secretary before also. So, for me, I have seen there is a lot of lacking in the paperwork or the government departments. So, which we are trying to, because nowadays the governments are not replying to any associations properly. So, we are trying to resolve that through our sources or whatever. So, we are getting, I think we are getting better responses when we are using our sources personally.
Suresh, you have also been General Secretary in the past. How challenging, how demanding is this position?
See, it is a very interesting question. It is not challenging, it is that how do you take the seat? The General Secretary, if you are ready to work, so definitely you are going to enjoy your work. And during my tenure, and I had personally, all the members were requested if they were having any grievances, if they have any issues, we are here to resolve it. And the members, whatever issues were addressed at my tenure, it were at my whatever best I could do, I had done the best.
Vipul, BGTA started this cricket tournament called the BGTA Premier League, or the BPL as we know it. What was the thought process behind this wonderful initiative?
See, BPL was a concept launched by me and Abhishek. Actually, we started it in Udyan Parivar. Okay. That was the first thing we did. Our main motive was to get the youngsters into then we know each other better, and that was the whole concept. So we started this in BGTA and we got a very good response. So that was the main motive, was to get the youngsters inside, right, and so that everyone can come to know what is BGTA. Most of the youngsters don't know what is BGTA, and either the dad doesn't allow them to go to BGTA. That I have seen that cases. Yes. So in my case also, my dad told me to go to BGTA. You should learn from there. Oh, nice. 15 years back. And same case in my business also, my dad never told me anything. Even if we faced losses, he told me you should go ahead, take your own decisions. So that's what we want in BGTA. Youngsters to come and take their own decisions, not dependent on the dad to tell them what we have to do.
I'll just add, I think so when it was started with, there were only few teams.
Yeah.
And today, the number of teams is 12 to 14 teams. And it is a wait list.
And we have a wait list of,
yeah. Oh wow. When it was initially started, it was very few. And today it's 12 to 14 teams. Because we have to complete in one day, so they have to manage accordingly. So the teams, they cannot get it more teams. Right. Because it has to be concluded in one day.
In the start, we had to sell our teams by requesting the owners.
Right.
Now we have a wait list of more than 8 to 10 teams.
How many seasons have you completed so far?
This year it was the 4th BPL.
4th BPL.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And we have been, A2I has been asking us to take the lead so that this BPL kind of concept can be taken all over India.
We really hope, that BPL goes a long way. Many more youngsters are involved in this tournament. You have many more teams and many more seasons. And we also wish that at the same time, these youngsters could sit together and discuss the industry. Coming to you, Suresh, what are the typical challenges that the industry is facing today?
See, today, as I had said initially also, today the major is diesel. That is a major challenge what we are facing.
But that is one part of the operating cost.
And the second is the increasing prices of the chassis, as you said, prices of loops, tires, if you see tire on 29th of this month, it has again increased by another 3%, which is a big challenge. I cannot go to my customer and say that the tire prices has increased. It is nothing. I have to absorb it. And the major is that the drivers, the extortion and what happens on the roads, that is a major challenge. I just want to, through your platform, I want to give a message to Pan India. I don't understand if I'm traveling in a car, right, and a traffic constable, if he sees a lorry, a heavy vehicle coming in, he gets alert and he takes his mobile and he takes the shot of the vehicle. Why not the private vehicle? Why not a motorbike? Why only a commercial vehicle? This is a big question for me. Is he sure that all the cars which are plying on the road or the motorbikes which are plying on the road, they are having proper documentation? Why only the commercial vehicle has to be harassed? This is the mentality which has to be changed. This is the need of the hour, the mentality, because today we are having the best technology. Yeah, we are enjoying everything. But why this mentality of the traffic police, of the police authorities with respect to commercial vehicles is not getting changed? I am not able to understand. That is the biggest challenge.
And Vipul, what do you think are the challenges that this industry is facing?
See, I think the major issue now which our industry is facing, the threat of the startups. They are doing huge losses and taking over the businesses. So that is the major threat according to me now. And I think that can be only improved through togetherness, through associations, and see diesel cost and all. I think that can be only improved because see there is a huge competition and I don't think the clients will agree to increase the rate or whatever. So only thing is through rotation, proper rotation of the vehicles. For example, if you rent a car, you have to pay minimum 10 to 12 rupees per, and that minimum guarantee of 250 liters, maybe around 3,000 bucks a day. Even if you hold it, you have to pay 3,000 bucks. And for a truck, it's around 700, 1,000, 1,500. It's a 50 lakh vehicle plus the driver, a cleaner, everyone is waiting. And with the maybe a 1 crore thing inside it, that can be the same.
Well friends, that was part 1 of our interaction with Vipul and Suresh, two youngsters who've made a mark for themselves in BGTA. Their hard work, dedication and sincerity has been recognized by all members of BGTA. We will continue our interaction with Vipul and Suresh next week and know more about the challenges that this industry is facing. At the same time, we also ask both of them whether the BPL tournament can become an all-India tournament with various associations fighting it on the field but making up off the field to discuss issues that impact the trade. We'll see you next week. You are watching Trans India, real people, real emotions. And like always, our request, please do subscribe to the channel. Until next week, stay safe. Jai Hind.